Obviously, I'm not trying to give y'all a civic lesson, but I honestly feel like a lot of people either were just not paying attention in that class or they just did not take it, because the way that I see a lot of Canadians act confused online, or they place their blame on the wrong level of government all the time. Like if you were having issues with your hydro bill being $1,000 and you're blaming the federal government, what are we talking about here? That is a provincial issue.
My heat and hydro now cost me more than my mortgage. A hydro bill, $1,085.
A number of them are provincial.
So you need to take that up with your MPP. Like we're constantly seeing people say like the rent prices are too high, which is true. And then they'll be like, Trudeau's government. Guess what, friend? That is not Trudeau's government's responsibility. That is the conservative provincial government that we have right now that has actively been cooking us with the cost of living. And yet they'll be saying under Trudeau's government. Please, 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 we need to know who to be placing our blame on so we'll know how to actually come together and advocate for these changes. The fact that you go to a hospital and end up waiting 12, 14 hours just to see a doctor, and you're like, the Trudeau government. Again, healthcare is not a federal responsibility. Obviously, they still oversee it, but the lack of funding that we're seeing right now is because your boy right now that's in office absolutely loves to pocket the money or just not put the money where it's supposed to go. And that includes increasing the wages, building more hospitals, and just making sure that the doctors that we do have left are not being overworked to the bone. Have you ever noticed, as Canadians, even though we have our own government, politics, and major issues, we don't nearly seem to be as interested in our own politics as our neighbors in the South are. Every time there's a US election, we all seem to be glued to our screen. When it comes to Canadian politics and Canadian elections, the excitement and the interest is just not there.